The sound of a roaring engine, the shimmer of red under Italian sunlight, a prancing horse glinting in gold and black. To the world, it's just a car, but to millions, it's something more. Ferrari. The name itself carries weight, desire, and history. But behind that shining emblem lies a story not just of machines, but of war, dreams, and one man's unshakable will. Before the legend was born, there was silence. And in that silence, a boy named Enzo Ferrari dreamed of speed. He was born in 1898 in Modena, Italy, a small industrial town known more for blacksmiths than dreamers. His father, Alfredo, ran a small metal workshop where the scent of oil and iron filled the air. It was there, among hammers and smoke, that Enzo first fell in love with machines. But destiny rarely arrives gently. When Enzo was just a teenager, tragedy struck. In 1916, both his father and brother died within weeks, victims of illness and war. Grief left him hollow, but inside that emptiness, a fire began to grow. World War I raged across Europe, and like many young men, Enzo was called to serve. He joined the Italian army, but illness forced him to return home. He survived the war barely, and when it ended, he promised himself something. He would dedicate his life to the pursuit of motion, to making machines that never stopped. In 1919, Enzo Ferrari became a race car driver. He started with CMN, a small company that rebuilt military vehicles into cars. But it was in 1920, when he joined Alfa Romeo, that his name began to echo through Italy's racing circuits. The crowds cheered, the engines thundered, and behind the wheel, Enzo Ferrari wasn't just a driver, he was a force. But fame didn't satisfy him. He didn't just want to race cars, he wanted to build them. In 1929, he founded Scuderia Ferrari, not yet a car manufacturer, but a racing team for Alfa Romeo's cars. It became a family of drivers, engineers, and dreamers, all united by a single obsession: speed. But the story of Ferrari's most famous symbol, the Prancing Horse, began not on the racetrack, but in the sky. Years earlier, during World War I, there was an Italian pilot named Francesco Baracca. He was a national hero, a fearless ace who painted a black horse on his fighter plane. That horse became his emblem, a mark of courage and pride. In 1918, Baracca was shot down in battle. His mother, Countess Paolina Baracca, later met Enzo Ferrari after one of his early victories. She told him something that would change his life. "Ferrari, put my son's prancing horse on your cars. It will bring you good luck." And he did. Years later, in 1932, the Prancing Horse appeared on a yellow background, representing the color of Modena, Enzo's hometown. The Cavallino Rampante was born. It wasn't just a logo, it was a symbol of courage, legacy, and motion that never dies. Through the 1930s, Scuderia Ferrari became a powerhouse in racing. But then came war again. World War II halted everything. Factories turned to weapons, racetracks went silent, and dreams were put on hold. When the dust settled, Enzo Ferrari made a decision. He would no longer race for others. He would build his own cars, cars that bore his name and his soul.
In 1947, the first Ferrari car was born, the 125S, a red, curving masterpiece powered by a V12 engine designed under the guidance of engineer Gioacchino Colombo. It roared to life like a heartbeat returning after years of silence. The first race, Ferrari didn't win, but that didn't matter because something far greater had begun, a legacy. By 1949, Ferrari won its first major victory, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. A small Italian company had just challenged giants and won. Throughout the 1950s, Ferrari dominated the world of racing. Drivers like Alberto Ascari, Juan Manuel Fangio, and later Phil Hill and Niki Lauda turned the red machines into legends. But behind the success, Enzo Ferrari's world remained haunted. He was obsessed, uncompromising, often ruthless in pursuit of perfection, and tragedy followed him closely. His beloved son, Dino, died in 1956 of muscular dystrophy. Enzo was devastated. From that day, he began wearing dark sunglasses to hide the grief that never left his eyes. Yet, even in sorrow, he built on. He named the Dino series of cars in his son's memory, and they became icons in their own right. Ferrari became more than a car. It became a religion. Every red curve, every prancing horse, a statement of passion, power, and human will. The 1960s brought both glory and chaos. Ferrari's racing team was unstoppable, winning championships after championships. But behind the scenes, tension brewed. In 1963, Ford Motor Company tried to buy Ferrari. Negotiations were close until Enzo realized Ford wanted to control his racing team. Furious, he stormed out of the meeting. What followed became legend. Ford's revenge project, the GT40, designed to beat Ferrari at Le Mans. And in 1966, they did. Ferrari's dominance was shaken. But like all legends, he rose again. The 1970s brought new victories, new designs, and the golden era of Formula One dominance. Even as technology changed, Ferrari remained loyal to its soul, a mix of art, engineering, and emotion. When Enzo Ferrari passed away in 1988 at the age of 90, Italy mourned not just a man, but an era. His death marked the end of old-world racing and the beginning of modern Ferrari. But his legacy never slowed. Under new leadership, Ferrari evolved, embracing innovation while preserving its heritage. Hybrid technology, aerodynamic mastery, limited editions that felt like moving sculptures. Each car still carried that black horse, the same symbol of courage gifted by a pilot's mother almost a century ago. Today, Ferrari stands as more than a car maker. It's a dream on wheels, a bridge between history and the future, between human emotion and mechanical perfection. Its logo, the Prancing Horse, isn't just an emblem. It's a story of flight, of faith, of fire that never dies. So the next time you see that horse glinting on a red machine, remember this. It's not just about power or speed. It's about a boy from Modena who turned pain into purpose, and a horse that still runs, forever free.